Hey ho, good neighbors, what's going on? To hell with the countdown today. I just wanted to get into things. I'm a lot to talk about, a lot to talk about, and just waiting for some people to come in the room as there aren't people yet. My hair doesn't look too bad considering I was just in the rain watching my daughter's field uh, day. They do activities and competition and stuff. Who's with us? Come say hello. Who's with us? Say hi. Thomas R. Bishop, how are you, sir? Um, anyway, so we're going to talk about some stuff. Yeah, life is interesting. It's certainly interesting, and people make it very interesting. And yeah. All right. A few people in the room, waiting for a few more. Let's get going. Don't be shy. Come say hi. Wow, I sound like Walt Clyde Frazier. Anyway, okay. Over the last 5 or 6 days, some of you may know that I've launched a distribution company. I announced it back in December, but it was a soft announcement, and I'm still going to do an official press release. So it's kind of just me talking right now and doing stuff, but you'll get an official press release soon, and it'll be big time. Hey, Elston Christopher. I just want to remind everybody, Elston Christopher has an amazing independent comic book that didn't get enough love, in my opinion, that you should really check out. He's doing a horror film right now that by the way, the book is Rabbit's Badass Song, and he's doing an independent horror film right now that's really awesome. He did a campaign for it. I don't know if you can still order through him. It's still in post-production. And it'll be out soon, but you can talk to Elston if you like horror and independent horror films. Anyway, so back to distribution. And drop your link if you want, Elston. Anybody who's watching, if you have your own publishing company, you have your own book, your own Kickstarter, please feel free to drop your links. You're always welcome to it anytime. We have to support each other. We're not competition. We're brothers in arms. So let's do that. Okay, Philbo distribution. So let me explain to you. I made the announcement. Hey, Jim O'Reilly, how are you? Thank you, man. Jim, if you want to put down your website where people can get commissions or hire you for sequentials or cover work, please go ahead. So we announced Philbo distribution, and it's created quite a buzz. And we've had a ton of people. I mean, it's been over 200 people in the last 5 days that have asked to sign on, which has been amazing. Unfortunately, because I'm still in the process of taking care of things, we don't have the submission guidelines up yet. My web developer is kind of slow. I apologize. I do want to get that up there, though, because there are people that are eager, but unfortunately, they're just not ready yet for distribution because it entails a great deal of responsibility financially and time management, which I'll get into. But anyway, so far we have... of all the stores in the United States and Canada, we have about 300 signups of retailers, and we're looking for more, obviously. The more, the better, and more eyes. And I just wanted to discuss this a little bit with people revolving around the distribution, because I know that there's a lot of middlemen, there's a lot of grifting, there's a lot of things, and people don't trust, and they're worried, etc. And I get that. So I just wanted to let everybody know this is a legitimate distribution model, of which I'm going to explain. And it's a niche distribution, though. I'm not looking to be diamond. I'm not looking to be lunar. I'm not looking to be huge. But at the same time, I am looking to be large enough to impact in a way that helps independent comics. Because as we know, Kickstarter is getting tougher and tougher. Between a lot of the large publishers are using Kickstarter now. Skybound with G.I. Joe and Transformers, and I love those campaigns, and Dynamite Comics. So there's less money to go around for that little guy, right? Like myself and others. So I wanted to try to, I want to get my books out there, obviously. And I thought, well, you know what? Why don't I try to start a distribution model? Because then I'm not just getting my books out there. I can get other people's books out there. We could all get our books out there. It's like the rising tide raises all ships. So I was working on the business structure and working on keeping my overhead low so I can charge a low percentage to creators, because I don't want them to lose. I want them to win. And unfortunately, when you go through the large distribution models like Diamond and everything, and this is not to badmouth, it's just factual speaking. Diamond is very, they were very much a gatekeeper, and Lunar is as well. They will say, we don't think your book is sellable, your art is not good enough, or things like that. And I don't feel that's my place. I believe in the free market and letting them decide. I do have requirements, but they're fair and simple requirements. For example, if you're a publisher, your print, your production of your book must be professional quality. I'm not here to judge your art or your story. That I'm not the publisher and I'm not the free market. I'm the mailman. But it does have to be professionally produced, meaning that book has to be quality paper. It has to look like a legitimate comic that should be on stands. That's very important. It must have UPC codes. That is vital in retail for these stores to manage their inventory and for sales, etc. You must be able to afford the print run for your monthly schedule, whether it's a mini series for 3 or 4 or 5 months or it's an ongoing. You must be able to afford that print run. You must be ahead of schedule. If you're say a 5-issue miniseries, you must have the 4 issues first done, at least 80% done, so that we know the 5th issue will come out on time. If you're an ongoing, you must be 6 issues ahead, at least, so that we can ensure that you're going to meet that monthly schedule. That is vital. Those are the requirements I have for the most part. There's 2 minor requirements, and that's just the how long you will invest in me in your book minimum. Like with miniseries, you need to invest the entire miniseries. You can't bail on me on issue 3. Ongoing series, I would like you to invest into 6 issues minimum before you bail, if you bail. Anyway, so that's the deal. So the distribution is as simple as I try to make things simple. All right. I don't have warehouses and trucking companies. I do have a 1,900 square foot space that is temperature controlled and accommodates inventory, quite a bit of inventory. Some people are just giving me overage, and some people want me to hold on to their inventory, first printing, etc. That is a one-on-one basis that we would do. Okay. How it works is, if you are as a publisher sign on with me, we have exclusive contracts, we have non-exclusive contracts, and because it's really no risk to anyone, we also have no contract. If you want to just give it a trial run, you're welcome to do that, because there's no risk to anyone. Because if nothing's ordered, you didn't spend any money, you didn't lose any money. It's real simple. If nothing's ordered, I'm not spending money shipping anything out. We don't have to convolute things. We don't have to be difficult. Okay. So it's real simple. Hey, Drew, what's going on? So how it works is, if a publisher is going to work with Philbo Distribution, and I will use, if it's okay with you, Drew, I'll use you as an example. Drew is with Homebrewed Comics, Chris Saloff, Dan Price. They have 3 books, Crit, Caspian Porter, which is Drew's, and Bigfoot Knows Karate, which is Dan Price, which is live on Kickstarter right now. Go check it out. It's doing very well. And I believe Crit is still live too, so go check that out. Homebrewed also has a great deal. If you back all 3 Kickstarters, as Caspian's coming out, they give you a coupon, kind of like an old Image Comics kind of thing. It's really cool to get an issue 0. So go check that out. They're a really good group of guys, and they really are passionate about the books. Anyway, you sign on with me, we will put you in the digital catalog. We're not doing a physical catalog, 1, to keep my expenses down so I don't have to put them on you. 2, I think comic stores are getting in, the previews is big magazine. They don't need all this stuff to look at. Digital is easy to go on. They look, they point, click, order. That's it. Okay. The digital catalog, we add you to it, and we have a very, very professional looking digital catalog, which, just so you know, is going to be updated, because we are not, I want it to look even better. But I'm just going to show you real quick a sample of the digital catalog. Okay. Sorry, bear with me 1 second, guys. No, not that one. This one. I implore you all to stay and pay attention, because this might benefit some of you. You may want to do this. So this is the digital a sample of the digital catalog for my book Tragedy. Okay. Sorry. And here we go. So we have, what it is and the publishing logo. We have the creator credits. We have the synopsis, the rating, which I do require a rating, the amount of pages, and the MSRP. Okay. I have variant covers, ratio variants, which we put here with the various credits and what ratio they are, 1:10, 1:25, 1:50, with the cover image. Every title, not publisher, every title will get their own page like this, because I'm only taking on, originally I was only going to take on 20 publishers, but it looks like it's going more than that, but I'm probably going to cap it at 30. I have a lot of people saying they're on, they wanted to be on board. I haven't heard back from them. So it's going to be the first 30 that are onboarded. I'm sorry, but I don't have time to wait for people to remember that I need it. If you're going to commit to something like this, you have to take it seriously, right? If I'm going to seriously try to do my best to distribute you have to do your best to provide me what I need so I can do that job correctly. Hey, Dan, what's going on? I just shouted out your campaign. Drop your links to Bigfoot Knows Karate and Crit and any other Kickstarter campaigns coming up. If you have a sign-on page for Drew's Caspian Porter, please put them up. And I let them know about the zero issue and the coupon. So everyone will get this individual page for each title that they have. And we have some, yeah, you know what? Let me do this. Okay. Just so you know, Zenescope is on board as far as what titles. I'm not really sure yet. We're still working on this. But Zenescope is absolutely on board. Joe Brush and I have talked, and we have solidified it, and we're good. So Zenescope is on its way. I will have more information on specific titles at that time. Counterpoint Comics, which is Marat Michaels, which you know him with for Do You Poo and a lot of other great stuff, is also joining us with his book Pray for the Sinner, which I'm trying to get this to, I don't know why it's not coming up. My apologies. Here we go. That's why. This is not necessarily a cover that's going to be represented. I don't know what Marat has for plans yet, but this is the character Pray for the Sinner, and this is the book that he will be putting out through Philbo distribution to start. Okay. Right now, we've got Dan Price, who just put up the link, and check that out, what he's doing in there. We've got Bigfoot Knows Karate, which has been raved about and really written well as far as martial arts and kaiju. It's definitely a different concept. And this thing is taking me. Why is it doing this? That's why it's doing it. There's Bigfoot Knows Karate, and that's the page. Homebrewed comic, Chris Saloff. We've got Caspian Porter by Drew Lenhart. There you go. He has a campaign coming out very soon, as you see in the chat. Celestial Knight versus Caspian Porter. And you can go to homebrewedcomics.com to check them out. We have Crit by Chris Saloff himself, writer and artist. Okay. Eye for an Eye by Edge Comics. This is a one-shot. We do accept one-shots. We do accept graphic novels. You don't have to have a monthly series, but you have to, if it's a one-shot or graphic novel, it needs to be a complete story. If your one-shot's broken up in two, you need to be able to deliver those 2 issues month to month. Okay. We have Night by Philbo Publishing, written and created by Guido Martinez over in Argentina. And by the way, Night number 7 is coming to Kickstarter in July. So please go check that out and sign up. Go to Guido's page. We have Tales from Neurosville, which is an excellent series that does not get enough love, by Jason Meadows. And it's basically a superhero anthology series centered in a city, kind of like Astro City. But he has some great irony and twists that you don't see coming. Jason is a solid writer. Really good book. Doesn't get enough credit. Knuckle Supper Studios. There's Tragedy. And we have The Adventures of Wonder Duck. We're going to fix that image. Sorry, it has the white bar. By George Medina from Get Your Meds. Joseph Olesko is the artist, and it's a wonderful all ages tale, kind of like Gizmo Duck and all those stories. Because we need more kids books, in the stores, right? We need all audiences. We need to reach many people, and that's just a small sampling. We have a lot of people we're onboarding now that we're just getting in information to create those pages. So that's all I can show you right now as far as that. But just to give you an idea, so having said that, if retailers would go to Philbo, www.philbodistribution.com, they will see this apply for retailer access. The reason for this is we're giving retailer discounts. We cannot give that to the public, obviously, so they have to sign up in order to go in and see the catalog and be a part of this. Sign up is free. We do not ask for any information that would be public normally anyway, and we do not. There is no obligation to anything other than you sign up. You have access to look at the catalog, and hopefully you see something that you like and you think will make you money and you want to buy. Some publishers will have tier pricing. The more books you buy, obviously we will give you more percentage off, as everybody basically in retail does with bulk pricing, etc. If you are in my area within, it's probably about a 50-mile radius, with orders of 10 or more books, I will free deliver them to you and save you on shipping and take care of you that way. Okay? But we need more LCS sign up. We have almost 300, but there's about 2,000 stores, just LCS specifically, with many other stores. We're asking you to give us a chance and sign up. I know that you guys deal with a lot. I know comic store owners have a lot to take care of, whether it's their where did I go? There we go. That was weird. Whether it's, dealing with inventory and staffing and just managing your stores, it's difficult. I get it. I totally get it. But it's a free sign up that takes 5 minutes, and you might just get some books that, you can make money off of. And it's a really low investment, for the percentage you get off. You buy a couple of books, test them out. You never know, because I'm telling you, there's an audience out there that wants to continue reading comics on a monthly basis. They love them, but maybe they just don't feel like modern comics are written for them anymore. But these comics are written for everybody through passion and storytelling. There's no corporate agenda. There's no stockholder agenda. There's no social agenda. We just want to put out good stories, and you may just find that new gem. So what I would tell you is, if you're a consumer of comics and you love them, go to your retailer and let them know to please sign up with Philbo Distribution, because we really care about storytelling and we want the stores to succeed. They are our front line. Without the stores, we don't have that opportunity. And I think for too long, the stores haven't gotten the love and respect they deserve. I'm a guy who's frequented comic shops forever, 52 years old. I know their struggles. I have friends that are comic shop owners. I respect and appreciate the ones that can stay open. It's hard, and you have to shift with the times. And I know a lot of comic shop owners want the guarantees. They want to play it safe. I get it. It's a scary business now, and I know that the industry is constantly changing and it's in an influx, and it's hard to know which way to move with it. Well, all I'm going to tell you is this. There is no investment on your part financially to just sign up on the page and take a look. There's no investment. There's no risk there at all. The only risk is not taking one, though. So what if there's some good books pop up on here? Like, we have Billy Tucci's She, which I'm fixing the pages now. Billy Tucci's She is on there. So we've got some really quality publishers between the new upcoming publishers you may not know, like Homebrewed and myself, Philbo. But you also got Billy Tucci's Crusade. You've got Marat Michaels' Counterpoint Comics. You got Zenoscope. And we'll be talking to more people. So there you go. We also are doing action figures. And this is awesome. I love this. We're doing prose books and action figures. And this is Spiro Toy Enterprise. And this is their line, Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. 27 points of articulation. I mean, look at that. These are beautiful action figures, professionally made. They're 6-inch figures, scalable, to everything that's out there with Marvel and DC, etc. They're 27 points of articulation, fully painted, beautiful looking figures. You know, I mean, this is the independent scene that maybe you're not seeing. Very professional, but they just haven't got out there enough. People aren't giving them a shot. Well, we want to give them a shot at Philbo distribution. I mean, look at these action figures. Beautiful. I mean, if you love anthropomorphic stuff like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Thundercats, etc., this is right up your alley. And Jimbo and all Yojimbo and all that stuff. I mean, look at this. It's awesome. Beautiful action figures. And they come with interchangeable heads and weapons, etc. And they have their book, Animal Warriors of the Kingdom, which we will also be distributing. You can work out deals probably to get them both together. We are very serious here at Philbo Distribution. Why is my picture not coming up? There you go. We are very serious. And anybody who knows me knows that, one, I work with integrity. Two, I work to be as professional as possible. And three, every time I do something, it's yes to benefit me, but it's also to benefit you, because I feel we can all go together. Okay? That's the whole point, right? We can selfishly look at each other's competition and try to tear each other down or hurt each other or cancel each other or whatever. That's wasted energy for me. I don't do that. I would rather lift people up. And if people are already lifted and they're above me, I would just look to be inspired by them and see what they're doing and learn. I really mean that. And those who know me know that that's not a line that's sincere. And you can only be judged by your actions in this world. So Philbo Distribution is my action. It's my give back. I am not a savior of comics, and I am not trying to be Diamond. I'm just trying to create my niche little corner where we can help each other and get some quality books out there, maybe get some storytelling out there, get readers back in stores for Western comics. And I think this is a good time to try. But we need you to invest in us. So if you're a retailer and you're watching this, it costs you nothing. Take 5 minutes to sign up, please. And just, even if there's nothing you want right now, follow us along. You might see some surprises of books pop up that maybe you will want to order, or action figures if you're a toy store, etc. Don't sleep on us. I think that would be a mistake. I think it'd be a shame, because we're really putting out new content and good stuff, and I think you'd like it. So anyway, getting back to the model, for those who are retailers who want to understand, it's a very similar model to Diamond, but it's much more creator friendly, much more store friendly. For example, we're not doing COD because we think that's putting the retailers in a tough position, right? Maybe you had a rough week, or you had a lot of other expenses that week, and all of a sudden you're getting a delivery of books and you're supposed to pay right there on the spot, and you're like, oh crap. Well, we don't want that to happen. We saw Diamond said that happened a lot, and they had to give credits. We don't want that to happen. We don't want stores to feel that pressure, and we certainly want to have a good relationship. So we're launching the first catalog July 1st. And the FOC period is it's a 2-month order period, same 60 days like everybody else. The FOC final order cutoff is September 1st, and stores will get the books on October 15th. Now, how it works for retailers is you go in, you sign up your account, you're approved after we see that you're an actual retailer. And say you liked, Animal Warriors of the Kingdom, and you liked the stuff from Homebrewed Comics or Nerosville, whatever, Wonder Duck, and you order your quantity. But that week, you don't have any money right now. Maybe it was a tough week, or your kid had to get braces, and you're a store owner, and you're like, crap, that's $2,000 out the drain. Okay, you leave your order in the cart. It's on a cart system, safe behind a wall, and just pay by the FOC. You have 2 months to pay. You can pay by September 1st. And once the FOC is locked, if you've paid by then, your order will be fulfilled within the next 5 weeks. If you're on the publisher side, once I get the orders of how many of your books have sold, I will give you that invoice. You will send me the books I need with overage, and I will pay you out digitally. You don't have to wait 8 weeks for a check to clear, like a COD, etc. I have the money in an escrow account for your business. You get paid as soon as I get the merchandise, and then I will ship it out. I am not looking for damages. I want customer service, and damages cost me. Why would I do that? It costs my reputation. It costs me money. We don't want to do that, but we will replace damages. If by chance it's Ace Ventura Pet Detective delivering the comic books, if you all saw that movie, then we'll replace the books on us. Absolutely. We will not take returns, though, but to try to help comic stores know how to order, because these are new books, you don't know what the following is. I will be sending out a newsletter to thousands of consumers and fans at the same time I send out the digital catalog, letting them know if you enjoy any of these stories, please tell your local LCS to order it and put it in your pull list. So that way, if 4 people see Billy Tucci She and go, oh, I want that, and they go to the store and say, Fourth World Comics, I want this Billy Tucci. Fourth World knows that, well, at least 4 are going to sell, so maybe I buy 6. And you can order with confidence as an LCS. I also want to help promote LCS. If you give me a free graphic, an ad, in that newsletter going out to fans, I will happily, for free, do the comic store of the month. Whether it's Fourth World or whoever, we would happily put that ad for free in there to promote your store. It costs me nothing to throw that digital ad in there as long as you create it and send it to me. We want you to succeed. I want everybody to succeed. Even people that I don't maybe get along with, I may not want you to break bread at my table, but that doesn't mean I don't want you to eat. As long as you do it with integrity, as long as you're a decent human being, we all just want to live our dreams and be happy and fight for what we love. And I want to help if I can, best I can. That's it. So that's pretty much the model. It's very simple. Any stores or publishers dealing with Philbo distribution will have my personal number and email, and I will be there. You text me at 11 at night, you're going to get an answer probably by 11:30 midnight latest. You're not going through some third-party customer liaison or somebody I hired that doesn't give 2 shits. You're going to go to me directly. And I am totally invested in this, 1, because it's my distribution company and you're all relying on me. And 2, I'm a publisher too. And I'm just invested on a publisher level as you are. Now, you may ask, so you're doing this to get your books out there? Well, yeah, of course I am. I want to get my books out there, but I could have done this without bringing so many people on board. This is a large undertaking. I could have easily just did it myself, or if a lot of stores don't want to go through individuals and they want to do distribution, okay, but I don't have to take on 30 people. I mean, I could have just had Zenescope, Billy Tucci, and Counterpoint and said to hell with everybody else, because those are the big names. I don't want to do that. I want everybody to succeed. And as long as you have the right attitude and professionalism and you want to work and you have quality produced books, let's do it. That's it. I do want to address, if you have adult content, NSFW type stuff, for example, like heavy metal does, more sexual stuff. We're not against that. That's fine. If you have nude covers, I don't know how many stores are really going to order nude covers, but we just want you to black bag them. If you are willing to black bag them, then we'll distribute it. If you refuse to black bag them, then we cannot distribute nude covers, because I don't think that's appropriate for children to see in stores. It's not any other reason than that. And business-wise, I'm not sure how many stores are going to be ordering that kind of adult content outright on the cover. What's inside, I don't care. It's none of my business. But blatant nudity on the outside cover, I would ask the black bag, or we wouldn't be able to do it. And that's just a business decision. That's just rational. And that's just, this is my company, and how I present it and represent it is how I would like to represent it. So that pretty much covers that. So that's fine if you have more adult content. We just have to be appropriate in how we rate it and how we present it on store shelves. Again, we have families going into comic stores. I'm a father of 2 young girls, and I just don't want my daughters coming into a store and seeing the equivalent of pornography in animated form. at 11. It's one thing if they're 18-year-old adult, that's fine. But at 11, I can't do that because other parents are going to be walking in with their children, and I'm not their parent. I have my kids and my standards for my kids. I don't know what the standards are for other parents, and some parents may look at that and they may freak out, and it may be a problem for the retailer, for the publisher, for the distributor. So it's just logical, um, business savvy. If you have any sense, common sense would tell you that. Anyway, so that's pretty much the model. We are bringing on also Committed Comics, which is a Thomas Dougherty, which is I call him my favorite Irishman, even though he's Asian. It's pretty funny. And he has this wonderful ghost story called Haunting Refrain. Mark, being devil's advocate, shouldn't it be up to the stores to decide what they buy? Yes, absolutely. But you have to black bag naked covers. Nobody's saying they can't buy it. I want them to be black bagged. The catalog can show the covers because only the retailers are seeing the catalog. But when I ship them out, they need to be black bagged. That's not telling somebody they can't order a book. I think you're conflating two different things. Nobody's stopping you from selling it, but it should be presented in a proper manner. Because if a lawsuit comes my way by a mother who's outraged, are you going to pay for my lawsuit? It's my business. I have a right to run it the way I want and how I think is best served. Because if the lawsuit comes in, or if the damaged reputation comes in, it comes into me. That's why. So we are not discriminating anyone for anything, but we do have to be professional and appropriate in how we present it. The same way I said at the beginning, I will not judge art or content like Diamond does. It's not my place. But I do have to judge the professional quality of the production. Because at the end of the day, guys, we're all here to make money, right? We're all here to get our books out and live our dream and have fans come and enjoy our work. Well, then does have to be some sort of standard of professionalism. And that's really it. That's it. Haunting Refrain is a ghost story from Committed Comics. And they are coming on board. And this is a graphic novel. It's over 100 pages for only $7.99. So that's a real deal. So we're going to have a lot of things. We have Charter Comics is coming on board, and they have a lot of horror, which is fantastic. We have another publisher coming on we just spoke to that has Kolchak, if you remember that old show, which is a nice IP license to have. Supernatural. Kolchak was basically X-Files and Supernatural before there was an X-Files and Supernatural. I know us old heads remember that, but yeah, it's pretty cool. So we have a lot more content, and it's all over the place. We have sci-fi, we have action, superhero, we have like Eye for an Eye by Edge Comics. Chance Edgerly is about assassins, about hitmen. We have horror, we have fantasy. So we have a lot of different titles to offer, and it's going to be great. And a shout out to Jesse James, who he owns a store in Phoenix, and he's now in Florida. He gave us a shout out on a really popular show that talks about the comics industry the other day. And we appreciate stores like him and owners like him that understand the need to shift with the industry and understand the possibilities of new stories and new ideas and contents that aren't restricted by corporate agenda, social media messages and agenda, or social agendas and messages. None of that bogs us down. Any of the books that we put out aren't bogged down by that. They're just creators who want to create wonderful stories that you can decide if you like or not. But again, ask your retailer to please get out there and sign up for free. We have about 300 we're approaching 300. We're right there that have signed on so far. We've only been at this for 2 weeks. We've been really pushing this. We will have an official press release very soon. There will be a little bit of a marketing blitz coming up, an official. I'm just starting to set things up and get things going. If anybody has any questions, hey Alejandro, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're feeling better, my friend. Anybody has any other questions that they want to bring up or anything they want in the chat, please do. I will answer them. I'm always transparent. I'm always honest. And anything I say, my word is my bond. It's how I am. And my actions will verify that. Anyway, so if anybody doesn't have any other questions, I guess we'll wrap it up. But I want you to know Philbo distribution is serious. It is legit. It is delivering dreams across the country, and it is promoting storytelling and art and creativity. And that encompasses so much. It's so much. I mean, we'll have prose books, we'll have action figures, we'll have graphic novels, one-shots, mini-series, monthlies. Hey, Sean, I just... so for submission as a publisher, just DM me. We spoke, I thought you messaged me, but just message me, Sean. Levi, I have the website link, which I just showed. Is www.philbo, Philbo, distribution.com. I'll put it in the chat to sign up as an LCS, as or a retailer. You know, you could be an online retailer as well. We have online retailers that have tax ID numbers and resale certificate numbers that have signed on, like Will DeMonte Jr. with Undisputed Comic King and some others. If you had a Diamond account, there's no reason why you can't have a Philbo account. You're welcome to do that. I also want to say that I personally have covers by some big names like Will Spatasio, Alex Sinclair, Bill Sienkiewicz, etc. And some of these big name artists are going to be doing signings at stores to launch my book with me on October 15th. Locally in the New York area. And we might have an opening or two for some stores to do that, because maybe it will help a store that maybe doesn't normally get those kind of signings to get that traffic in. I'm doing everything I can to elevate and help everyone that could use it. Now, there are people above me and doing better than me, and I wish them well. But for those who are on the same level or aren't at that level yet, I want to do what I can to help in the realm of helping myself as well. And obviously, I'm not looking to go bankrupt. So I really hope people take this seriously. I hope that they give it a fair shot, because the industry is changing. And I don't know if this is the, going to help at all or not, but I sure as hell would like to try and find out. And I would like to bring as many people along with me as possible. As far as submitting, I will get the game store. How are you? So for submissions, I'm going to have the submission guide line up shortly. As I said earlier, unfortunately, my IT person has been bogged down with a lot of work, so she's been a little slow to get things taken care of. We will put the submission form for publishers with what the criteria is on the front. It's very similar to Diamond. I mean, because it's just across the board for distribution. Oh, Brian, hey, what's up, man? Haven't talked to you in a while. I hope you're doing well. So that's pretty much it. I hope I've actually been finding out the word's been spreading more than I realized, which is great. Please spread the word. Please talk about it. Tell your local comic shop. Tell them to take this seriously. I know there are a lot of grifters in the industry. I know there are a lot of people that just trying to take money and run. But trust me when I tell you, the percentage I'm taking from the creators just covers my expenses. I hope to make my money off of my own books and publishing. And I'm keeping my costs down through a lot of hard work on my part, so that I don't have to put it on the backs of creators, because publishers need to succeed. And the way the model for distribution was, unless you're selling 30, 40,000 copies, there's no way to succeed. And no, I don't have a minimum demand on orders, because we're all new to this. It's a new distribution company. I cannot put that expectation on anybody. So we're going to put the orders out there and hope for the best. And if your order is only 500 or 800, okay, we'll fulfill it and we'll grow and we'll keep pushing and we'll keep growing together. As a distribution company, as a publisher, we will keep putting it out there, letting them know that they're missing out. So no, there is no minimum limit on orders. And I don't know if anybody heard, it looks like Penguin has picked up all the Diamond accounts, which I don't know if that's good or bad, because Penguin has a 20,000 minimum. And that's very difficult for a lot of small people. You know, I'm the little guy. I'm the little guy fighting and scrapping with you. And you can either look at that as, well, then what can you offer me? Or you can look like, this guy relates to me and this guy is in the same boat. And the 100,000% passion he's putting into promoting me and himself is going to be there. Because I'm going to say this again. I don't need to sign on 30 people. That's putting on a lot of work on me. I could have easily made it 10 or 15 people and put the same try out there. But unfortunately, I haven't wanted to reject this. These people are coming at me with good-looking books and professional books, and I know the struggle, and I don't want to turn them away. So I'm not a savior, and I'm not saying, look at me. I'm just saying, if this was about serving myself, I could have done it a lot easier than this. This is a large undertaking. There's a lot of work to do just to get my books out there, and it would be moronic for anybody to think that this is a totally self-serving thing. I mean, that's just low-level IQ stuff. You would have to really be a fool to think that I'm grifting you, because for the small percentage I'm taking, that is the stupidest, worst grift on the planet. And for the work I'm putting into this to help 30 other publishers or so, I wouldn't have to do that much. So I guarantee you and promise you, this is legit. Chris Hayes, we had mentioned you prior with Charter. We look forward to working with you. Again, Chris is another individual. He runs his own conventions. He owns his own comic shop, and he's a publisher. He's like me. He knows the hustle. He knows how hard it is, and you work, and you're trying to get into all facets and avenues, and you're trying to just bring people with you as he publishes other people like Carissa Grant and Lori Calcaterra and a lot of other people with some quality books. So that's the point, right? We have two choices. We can tear each other down, or we can build each other up. We can defame each other. We can act out and put out negative energy into the world and toxicity, or we can be the example that we can be for the community. Because at the end of the day, we want the community to survive. It's not just about one person and one publisher. Look at me, I'm making my money, I'm happy. Because if the industry falls, then there's nothing left. And the grift mentality is, let me just take as much meat off the bone as I can, and then once the carcass is left, I'll move to the next one. That only works for so long, and it might be self-serving for the short period for that person, but there's going to come a point where you've eaten all the meat off the bone and there's nothing left, and now you have nothing either. But if we all work together and we all sit at the table and create the meal together, and we all break bread at the table together, honestly, fairly, with integrity, then we can all thrive. The industry gets better again. It heals. We get more readers into stores, which means stores are thriving and they have more money and more faith in ordering books. And then they'll be willing to go to distributors like me, who can keep picking up books by Jerry Rasco and Chris Hayes and Martha Schwartz. It's a domino effect. But it's got to start somewhere, and it starts with the idea of community, right? Unity is in community, right? So, that's what this is about. All of us succeeding, all of us thriving. It isn't just about me. It isn't just about you. It's about the industry. The industry is the foundation. How can we build a house if the foundation is swamp? You can't. So we have to get rid of the swamp. And we all know who the swamp is and what the swamp is. We have to get rid of that. Okay, so Philbo Distribution is going to come out as hard and strong as we can, and we are going to support indie on all levels, and we are going to try our best to bring readers back on Western comics, because manga is kicking our ass. 1, because of price points. 2, because of presentation. 3, because original stories that aren't social agenda driven, they aren't corporate agenda driven, and they're willing to take risks. And in the Western world, unfortunately, most corporations are not willing to take risks. That's why they regurgitate the same properties, and IPs, etc. That's why a lot of grifters will just parody other people's IPs instead of creating something new and original, because it's safe, it's easy. you know. But these are people that are coming up with original content, original ideas, original worlds that you can immerse yourself in, like we did when we were kids, you know, when reading was awesome. Um, I remember comic book day, man. I walk 12 blocks, and it was like Christmas every week. I was so excited to pick up my books. And man, I was collecting like 30 titles a month. And it was Christmas. It was just exciting. And in a world that becomes so hard and mundane and not much to look forward to, it was nice to have that to look forward to, you know. And I want that again. I want people to feel that again. I want the magic of reading Western comic books to come back. And maybe it's still there and I'm just being doom and gloom, but I'm hearing a lot of people and I'm seeing numbers and it's not what it was. And maybe it never will be. I don't know. Again, I'm not the savior. I'm not the answer. But I do want to be part of the solution, not part of the problem. Anyway, I appreciate you guys coming out and listening to me. I hope you take this seriously. Again, I'm going to drop it in the comments after I get off. But if you're an LCS or a retailer, online, etc., if you have a resale certificate number and if you have your EIN, tax ID number, please sign up. It's risk-free, takes 5 minutes, and that's it. And if you're a consumer and a fan, please spread the word. Tell all your LCS to give it a shot. Let them know that you want these books in stores because you want new stuff. And one other thing, if you are a retailer and you place your orders in my cart system, I do not have access to your payment information. I don't know what it is, and I don't care. So there will be no sensitive information that I am privy to. You place it on the cart just like you would Amazon, unless you decide to save your information on Google. I have no idea what your card information is. I won't be able to see it. I have no access to your payment. I just see that you paid, what your invoice is, and I'm going to honor it and ship it out immediately. Oh, and I will not be shipping at the last minute. If books are going to launch October 15th, you will be getting the books a week ahead of time, like Lunar does, because you need to prepare as a store. You need to know what inventory is there. You need to be sure and secure and happy to know that if you have a customer pull list, that you are going to have that book for them. I know that sometimes books come late, they come really damaged. We're not looking to do any of that. And my guarantee is I'm a publisher too. My books are in there, and I'm a new up-and-coming little guy. Do you think I want to piss off LCS? That's not a smart business model. That's just stupid. So we're going to do everything we can to be the best customer service that we can be for you and make it as smooth and simple and easy for you as a retailer as we can. All right. That's it. Hey, Neil George, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, right, when there wasn't. And that's the, you know, real quick, and that's the other thing about indie, right? Are you tired of reboots? Are you tired of the major crossover events forcing you to buy other books? Are you tired of the corporate agenda? Are you tired of the social agenda? Are you tired of books being written with everything but character development and story in place? Or are you just really tired of how many issues can you really write? Can you write 2,000 issues about a character and still have something new to tell? I don't know. But with these books, they're starting at number 1. They're either mini series that you can enjoy, or if they're an ongoing, you're right on board for number 1 again, like the excitement of Spawn in the 90s, etc., Youngblood. So you're on board again with no reboots, and it's new and it's fresh and it's new characters and new stories, and there's no 1,000 issues of continuity to worry about. You know, you're creating the world right before you. You're right there with us on the journey. That's exciting. That's like finding comics all over again, right? I don't know. You tell me. All right. Anyway, appreciate you guys' time. I'm actually late for a meeting with an awesome dude who wants to sign on. And we're going to go from there. I appreciate you guys. Please let everybody know about this. I do not pretend to be some big name or some big guy. I'm just a schmuck trying to get through life like everybody else, but at least I'm trying. I'm doing my best. I'm putting my foot forward. I'm undertaking something that is very large and not easy to do. Otherwise, more people would be doing it. And that's not me patting myself on the back. It's just saying that I wouldn't mind a little help. A little help from my friends. All right. Hope you guys have a great day. To Greg Johnston, happy freaking birthday, my friend. I hope it's a great day to you. To everybody that has supported me and everybody that has inspired me and everybody that has lifted me up, God bless you and thank you. To those of you who can't stand me, prayers for you. I wish you no ill will. All right. I'll leave you with what I always leave you with. Be legendary and have fun storming the castle.